Everyone. Last session we discussed about what HANA and what architecture of the HANA and how it has been developed and what is the operating system supported by HANA. Session we'll discuss more details like what is a HANA Studio and how it is going to work and what is a HANA modeling. So here SAP HANA. As we discuss, we'll be giving you a brief overview again to recall what HANA is. Nothing but high performance analytical appliance. It's a column oriented in-memory database and database management system developed by SAP. And data now resides in main memory, what you call as RAM, and no longer in the hard disk. And a combination of hardware and software is made to process massive real-time data using in-memory computing. It combines row-based, column-based database technology. It's best suited for performing real-time analytics on massive data and developing and deploying real-time applications. Okay. Also, it is a combination of hardware and software made to process massive real-time data using in-memory computing. It combines row-based and column-based technology. Okay, and HANA is developed in C++ language and supported by operating system what you call as SUSE Linux Enterprise. At present is a Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And HANA partners are HP, Fujitsu, IBM, Hitachi, etc. Language to know to work on SAP HANA is SQL structured query language that also teach you basics. Okay, so this is what the SAP HANA is, and the architecture of HANA and what are the reasons why customers chooses HANA. So basically, why customers choose SAP HANA? Basically, SAP HANA, as we know, SAP HANA is one of the fastest growing product in SAP's history and is viewed by the industry as a breakthrough solution for in-memory database. And SAP claims that it accelerates and applications on a single in-memory platform as combining databases, processing, and application platform capabilities. So that's the reason SAP HANA is the next generation platform which brings together the business transactions, analytics, media, mobile experience, and collaborative business and design connections. So you may be thinking, so what? How does this business? And how can SAP HANA help company to more money? So it's why customers choose SAP HANA. Basically, if you see a normal system we discussed earlier, it is the RAM and the cache. Okay, speed of the system is going to increase, right? And SAP HANA manages here the massive data volume at high speed. It delivers the real-time enterprise solutions through most advanced in-memory technology. So SAP HANA provides a foundation on which building new generation applications and enabling customers to analyze large quantities of data virtually from any source would be in real time. Okay. So that's the reason the speed SAP HANA enables is sudden significant and has a potential to transform entire business models. So here analysis by customer products company use how SAP analyzes current point of sales in the real time. Okay, so that's one how the speed of the HANA is going to discuss. So coming real time data, HANA manages massive data volume at high speed. delivers the real enterprise solutions through our most advanced in-memory technology. And SAP HANA provides a foundation on which building new generation applications and enabling customers to analyze large quantities of data virtually from any source would be in real time. That means it can the real-time data from any source and any data. SAP HANA helps you to gain in some structured and unstructured data. Okay, so here it can provide multiple ways to load your data from existing data sources into the SAP. It can be in the form of allowing it to handle the data of Oracle databases or Microsoft SQL Server and IMDb to fetch the data from any database. And it is very simple to data from any database. So simplicity is a fewer layers, similar landscape, and lower costs. The reasons why customers chooses SAP HANA. The benefits of HANA, as we discussed earlier, also it provides real-time analytical capability and accessing business reports will be faster and manages volumes, massive data, and complexity with the lower cost of ownership and provides in-memory technology. In-memory technology. Implementing the ERP with HANA was mainly optimization, performance, and the large volume process large volumes of data and running of real-time analytics. Coming to architecture of SAP HANA, here as SAP HANA database is developed in C++ and some SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. SAP HANA database consists of multiple servers, and the most important component is the index server. Here you can see in the system there is an index server. This index server represents the core data process. It contains the engines of processing the data. So this index server, IS, is nothing but which contains the actual data stores. Means index server is main SAP HANA database component. Means the actual data source and engines for processing the data. The index server processes incoming SQL or MDX statements in the context of the authenticated sessions and transactions. X engine. This X engine is an optional component. The X engine is a web application server inside a SAP HANA system. It allows clients to access the SAP HANA system via HTTP. Specific services provided by the access server are either created, declared, or by writing side application code. Okay, so this index server and access engine are one of the most important core components of SAP HANA. What about in the next coming sessions? SAP also provide different tools, applications which are used by developers and database administrators to interact with the database. So the different tools in the SAP HANA, SAP HANA Studio and SAP Web Development and Administration Tools. Studio. SAP Studio is an Eclipse integrated development environment that is used to develop artifacts in a SAP HANA server. It enables Technical uses to manage the SAP HANA database, to create and manage user authorizations, to create a new or modify existing models of data, etc. Basically, it is a client tool will be used to access local or a remote HANA system. This HANA Studio can be used by variety of users like system administrators or SAP Studio to create the content such as data models, views, tables, JavaScript, HTML, stored procedures, etc. Coming to system administrators, utilize SAP HANA Studio, for example, to start and stop server, to monitor the system, to configure system settings, and to manage users and security amongst various other things. Okay. So this is what the SAP HANA Studio, what are the different tools we use in the HANA. Okay. More in detail in the coming sessions regarding the perspective of SAP HANA and what are the components which we use in the HANA, and which we learned earlier is it's a rows and column based data storage, right? So here, what is the row storage versus column storage? As we learned earlier, SAP HANA is a relational database, right? A relational database typically use row-based data storage. However, column-based storage is more suitable for many business applications and supports both rows and column-based storage and is particularly optimized for column-based storage. Picture here, a data table is conceptually a two-dimensional structure come of cells arranged rows and columns, right? The computer memory is structured linearly. There are options for the sequences of cells were stored in continuous memory locations. Here, we see the row storage. It stores the table records in a sequence of rows, and the column storage, it stores records in columns in a sequence, that is, the entries of a column is stored in contiguous memory locations. In our picture, the table which contains rows and columns, four rows with a column is currently product and the sales. Traditional databases store data, say, in rows. The HANA in-memory database stores data in both rows and columns. It is this combination of both storage approaches that uses the speed, flexibility, and performance of the HANA database. The advantage of column-based tables are the faster data access, faster data access. Only affected columns have to be read to the selection process of a query. Any of the columns can serve as an index here. In our example, we take a column as a country, picks only the columns, only affected columns have to be read during selection. It will select all the country related data. One is better compression. Storage allows highly efficient compression because the majority of the columns contain only few distinct values compared to the number of rows. And processing store data is already vertically partitioned. This means that options on different columns can easily process in parallel. If multiple columns need to be merged or aggregated, each of these operations can be assigned to a different processor core. So the better parallel processing and advantages and disadvantages of row-based tables. Row-based tables have advantages in many circumstances, like the application needs to only process a single record at one time, means many checks and or updates of a single record, right? And the application typically needs to access a complete record. So, neither aggregations nor fast searching are required, and it has a small number of rows. Example: configuration tables, system tables, and these tables have disadvantages in case of analytic applications where aggregations are used and faster search and processing are required. In tables, all data in a row has to be read, even though the environment may be there to access data from a few columns. Which should be preferred, or a column based? In analytic applications where aggregations are used and faster search and processing are required, row-based storage are not good. In tables, all data stored in a row has to be read, even though the environment may be there to access data from a few columns. Hence, these queries on huge amounts of data would take lots of time. In our tables, this information is stored physically next to each other. That significantly increases the speed of certain data queries. So, for example, store and the row storage. So, base now keep picking the column storage where the performance of the query is going to increase. To fast, we can conclude here, will fast on the fly aggregations and from compression mechanism. It recommended that traction data is stored in a column based table. HANA database helps join row tables with column based tables. However, it is more efficient to join tables that are located in the same row or a column store. For example, data that is frequently joined with transaction data should also be stored in the column based tables. And so the where you can clearly explain what column store and storage. Here, this table called as sales table. In storage of the columns and the row storage and the positions due to row and column queries. Column storage is most useful for lab queries, lab queries and mathematical queries using any SQL aggregate functions, because these queries just a few attributes from every data entry. But for traditional OLTP queries, We're not using any SQL aggregate functions. It is more advantageous to store all attributes side by side in row tables. HANA combines the benefits of both row and column storage tables. For today's session, tomorrow we'll be learning different perspectives which are using in the HANA database. Thank you.